So I was at the gym today and I was actually looking at Instagram in between sets, and I was thinking about how what I post on social media is so different than what it used to be. And I was kind of thinking about why that is. And I realized right away it's because my confidence level has increased greatly. And it's made me less needy on social media, if you will. It's made me less likely to post pictures of myself without a shirt on, less likely to post myself with, my ass hanging out the back at a nude beach. I'm much less likely to post that kind of stuff because I am I don't need that external validation like I used to. And what's different is, like I said, I don't need external cheerleaders telling me I'm attractive or good enough to feel good about myself. You see, in the past, that was a very different story. In fact, it got so bad. I mean, in my 20s, I was a stripper because I so badly needed that external validation. I needed to feel desired and wanted because I didn't feel good enough about myself on the inside. And that's why I was a go go dancer for many, many, many years. Not because the money was good. It was on occasion, but that was usually when I went home with the guys that were tipping me, which is a whole nother story. And I felt this emptiness inside of myself. So I needed to feel better. And my way of doing that was posting scandalous pictures of myself on the internet and getting up at bars on the stages and boxes and wherever in very little skimpy underwear with pretty much everything hanging out to feel better about who I was, because I based all of my value on my external appearance. And it really, really took away my ability to show up more fully in the world, to be my authentic self, because I kept trying to improve my appearance and be something I wasn't. And I feel like this is something that happens a lot on social media. If you're watching this, have you ever gone through your pictures and picked out the one that was the most flattering of you to post? Of course, we all do. We all have this kind of innate want and need to put our best foot forward, to put our best self forward. And I think a lot of that is because we all have this subconscious inner critic that some of us have this voice a lot louder than others, but we all do have an inner critic that on occasion or frequently will tell us we're not good enough. And when we don't believe we're good enough and we aren't able to really improve our self-confidence on our own, we oftentimes seek that validation from other people. We seek that encouragement. We seek that support. We ask people if I look fat in this shirt or if my ass looks fat in these pants, because we want someone else to reassure us that we're okay, that we're attractive, that we're good enough. And I know for gay men, that whole thing about being attractive is so emphasized. It feels like the gay community, I talk to so many gay men all over the world, and one of their biggest complaints is gay culture, gay society, meaning basically feeling like if you're not in your 20s and 6 foot tall with rock hard abs and a full head of hair and great skin, all those things, then you're somehow left out of the gay community. And this is something that we can choose to see and focus on, or it's something that we can recognize doesn't affect us. And this is where we're able to learn how to build our confidence from the inside, be that cheerleader, validate ourselves, because we're all good enough. We are all worthy of love. We are all perfectly made children of this universe. And it's so important for us to not let that whole phenomenon of comparing ourselves to other people bring us down, because we can always see someone else who has something we don't have. And when we interpret that as us not being good enough, it can make us, like I mentioned before, feeling like we need to surround ourselves with people who will give us praise and love and affection and flattery because we may not feel good enough as we are. And this is something that took me a really long time to figure out, to really learn how to value, love, and appreciate myself. But it's something that I learned. And I'm really glad that I did, because otherwise I wouldn't have been the person that Andrew met when we met 4 years ago. I wouldn't have been the man that he fell in love with, because by the time we met, I had grown tremendously. But if I was still that insecure boy who desperately needed that external validation, I don't think Andrew would have been drawn to me in the way that he was. I don't think we would have had the amazing connection that we had and fallen in love and created this amazing movement that you guys are participating in as we speak. So I just wanted to talk about why we might have this urge to, be posting pictures, be posting content that is gonna, make people want to value and like us. Speaking of likes, social media also has a phenomenon of, us not feeling valuable or important if people aren't liking and commenting on all of the things that we might post. It's kind of unfortunate that a lot of people find themselves basing their self-worth on social media likes, or the external validation. Guys, if you find yourself in either of these two categories, it can be sticky to pull yourself out of it, especially on your own. But this is something that I took about 5 years myself with trial and error to figure out, but something that we've helped gay men really learn to master very quickly. And if you're interested in learning how to be your own cheerleader, how to really develop that self-love and no longer need that external validation, guys, there's nothing more attractive than a man who believes in himself. Not what he looks like, not where he is in the world, not what he does, but him believing in himself is such a beautiful quality. It's disarming and it's attractive, it's alluring. And if you want to figure out how to master this, this is what energetic attraction is all about. It's something that we've helped hundreds of men learn how to do. And I know that you've got this and we've got you. So when you're ready to make this change in yourself, please reach out to someone on our team at Gay Man Thriving, or visit gaymenthriving.com and schedule a free call. We would love to support you.